Today, from NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports.
This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. First down, Fitzpatrick. That's out to the flat for Gordon. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward. 2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Something to watch here in Week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Play fake. It's Fitzpatrick. That's caught left side by the tight end, Jordan. That catch good for only a couple. 2nd down and 8. Here's Fitzpatrick. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Allen. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Well, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. This is away, and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. Now Lawrence on 1st down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career. Second and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Well, Charles, we get a look at the draft class here for this team. What do you think?
Well, I think for the most part, I do like what they did because, to me, they got some solid players in the early rounds. And then if I'm correct in my evaluation, they got some great value in the later rounds as well.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Lawrence. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great play there. 65 yards. And the Jaguars are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards, and it culminates in a Jags touchdown. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
On second down, Gordon once more. And some space here. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 57 yards rushing for him in his first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try to throw here, Fitzpatrick. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Open man is Jordan, the tight end. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. For that last pass CD, he just added another notch to the old belt. What a career it's been. He's over 35,000 career passing yards now.
And when you say that number, over 35,000 yards, how many people have done that prior to him?
Right around 30.
Boy, that's a pretty good number. Now you're into a membership that means you've done a heck of a job in this league for a decent amount of time. You're recognized as one of the better players.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Fitzpatrick on 3rd and 2. The left side, it's Dorsett. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic.
Touchdown, Texans. Chris Moore, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Here's Chris Claybrooks to return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Rookie Trevor Lawrence of the Jaguar offense ready to take over. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Flush to his right. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. And Lawrence going to get his guys to go quickly. From midfield now, Lawrence. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Toward the sideline, did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk there to make the grab. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring... Football out to the 25. Melvin Gordon now, he and the offense, they trot back out there. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Fuller run show Fatukasi. Never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third.
Well, when you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they get a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Lawrence. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Now Fitzpatrick. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender. From there, he doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Texans offense set to regain possession. Back to it after the pick six, Fitzpatrick. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Josh Allen picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And for the defense, their third sack of the game.
That number tells you that they're starting to put it together with their defensive game plan. They're starting to feel pretty good about what the offense is doing, bringing the pressure at the right time.
Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised. But that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
He'll get that underneath ETN. And the Jags are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Another completion there. You know, we think about the draft back in the spring. He was selected, obviously, the #1 overall pick. There's great money with that, but, Charles, I would think maybe an extra burden, too, or is that not that big of a deal at all?
It actually is in the beginning of his career an added burden, but it's one of those things that if you play well, it becomes something that justifies why you were taken #1. You're fine with that.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Evan Ingram there to make the grab. And the Jaguars are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
Chris Moore returning it. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Jacksonville defense, here they come now. They've certainly got something to build off of. They had the interception last time out.
And now they have to just make sure they're cognizant of not trying too hard for interceptions. Once you get one, it makes you a little more antsy to try and get another one. Now they got to be careful of double moves, different things like that against them. But they like the momentum that they've begun to build.
We'll see if they can keep that momentum going. To throw again on second down, Fitzpatrick.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
On third down, Fitzpatrick. Got him in. It's Brown. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the second time. This will be fielded at the 17. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10.
Rookie Trevor Lawrence of the Jaguar offense ready to take over.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Now Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. From the 39, Lawrence. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now Lawrence.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Marvin Jones there to make the grab. And the Jaguars are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And no run back here for Moore. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
Here's a diving catch right side. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence again. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Etienne. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try again. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Point after try forthcoming. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was finished off by the rookie Travis Etienne. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And Moore, he's going to sit on this one, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Houston set to take over. And last time, 1-play interceptions, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
To throw again on 2nd down, Fitzpatrick. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. A 1st down throw for Fitzpatrick. Throw to the right here to Gordon. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now Fitzpatrick sets up the screen to Gordon. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to have a 3rd down. They'll throw again. Fitzpatrick. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 47. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
And this one is incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, are you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Looking in zone for Jones. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
On third down, Lawrence. He's going to take another shot here. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. What a difference a year makes so far, at least. These guys last place in their division a year ago. They're looking like they're going to move to 1-0 right now.
Not really unusual in the NFL, though, is it? Because we always talk about every year, 8-8 is kind of the baseline for everyone, plus or minus. And we've seen many teams go from worst to first. I know it's 1 week, but still, they're starting to think to themselves, we've got a chance this season.
Yeah, the Jaguars are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Check four.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jordan. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the rookie, Andre Cisco. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
YBN want a thing up.
today. From TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Well, throw on first down with Wilson. That's going to be caught by Judy. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. They go play action with Wilson. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Allen showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. It's Wilson. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And Charles, we get a look there at the draft class for this offense. What do you make of it?
Well, overall, I like the balance of the guys that they selected because, to me, they got a few guys who can step in and play right away, which is exactly what you want. But they also drafted for the future as well. They got some guys who might need a year or 2 on the practice squad, so then we'll find out if they can actually play.
Third and 2, now Lawrence. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And he's going to have a Broncos first down as he gets this up past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Williams. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Looks like the second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Rookie Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguar offense ready to take over. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nice throw right there. And Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command. Not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's often uncommon for a rookie quarterback.
Lawrence going to get this to ETN. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after one. On first down, Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. A shotgun snap and a give to ETN. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. Lawrence will throw. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. And Denver getting set to take the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Jags grab it. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the shotgun, Wilson. Incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Flushed out right. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is taken around the 12. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Travis Etienne and the Jags offense set to take over again here. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
On play action, Lawrence looking downfield for Jones. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
Here's Wilson.
He'll drop this down to Williams.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Now Wilson. He's got the first down inside the 10. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. Wilson will throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy.
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Broncos are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence.
He's going to try and go deep again. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison.
And the Broncos are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville offense ready to go back to work.
And it was somewhat of a strange first half. He threw 3 interceptions, yet you look at the scoreboard, they've got the lead.
So you know what I think he did at the half? He stood up in front of the team, especially in front of the defense, and said, thank you. Appreciate what you've done. You guys have picked me up in a big way. And guess what? I'm going to get back to being who I am, which is pretty darn good. Let's go play the second half.
Now Lawrence to throw.
Going right side here, and that's complete. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
They go play action with Lawrence.
This is caught. It's Kirk. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 30 yards.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the third quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there.
Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On the counter, here's Williams. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On third down, Wilson. And this pass broken up. Contact well timed there, and now 4th down. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game.
What do you mean no age?
Frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Now they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lawrence completes it to Evan Ingram. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Turn back the clock on all key players to when they were 2-0. Try to make the most of it.
They go play action now. Lawrence. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Draymond Jones just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Open man is Kirk, complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 34-yard line.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And quickly they get to the line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. This is caught. And so close, he gets it to the run. Out of bounds right there.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And to throw again is Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Marvin Jones, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars are on their way to a 2-0 start. The extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Denver's offense now set to go. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Wilson. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Here's Wilson to throw. He's going to let it fly. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Well, smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shot.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout, and actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours, and they certainly weren't kidding.
That one looks like he'll throw here. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense can crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. He's going to go up top for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Play action. It's Lawrence. And that's complete to Etienne out of the backfield. Touchdown! Travis Etienne, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour war because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Denver's offense ready to go again.
They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Man open left side, it's Williams. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Throwing is Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And now a fair catch called for, and he'll indeed take it at about the 6-yard line. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in.
today. From TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports.
And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Murray now on first down. He will find the rookie from Purdue. That's Rondale Moore. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A run with counter on first down, going to get about 5. 2nd and 5 coming up. The numbers there for Connor in last week's game. Pretty good, as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers, because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Charles, we get a look at the draft class here for this team. What do you think?
Well, I think for the most part, I do like what they did, because to me, they got some solid players in the early rounds. And then if I'm correct in my evaluation, they got some great value in the later rounds as well.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. For this defense, CD, and going up against Kyler Murray here, what's the secret to keeping him in check?
Having better athletes than him, which is really unrealistic. So I go way back in football. They used to have a coverage called the umbrella coverage with 4 defenders back deep. Now you want to try and move that umbrella up front with Kyler Murray. Kind of surround him and keep him hemmed into the pocket. Because if he breaks out, he's going to hurt your defense in a big way with his legs.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Murray now. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 22-yard line. Throwing now is Murray. To Connor on the check down. He takes it to the 15. A nice display of power. And it gives him a nice pickup. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So 2nd catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going to the passing game, that should open up his running game too. They'll run here with Connor. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Touchdown, Cardinals. Jarvis Landry, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Prater for the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. No return here for Clay Brooks, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Now Lawrence on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw here's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
There's Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10, down at the 33. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd down and 4, Lawrence. Touchdown, Jaguars! Marvin Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. The extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Now Kyler Murray ready to get back under center. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watch the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Meanwhile, Murray's throw complete there to Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And Rondale Moore, a 2nd-round pick from Purdue. Only 5'7", 181. May have prevented him from going in the 1st round. But what a cerebral player, a great competitor, and his run after the catch as impressive as anyone had in the draft. Nice catch there. Picks up a 1st down.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this 1st half. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray. And this will be swung out here for Connor. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 27-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Murray. He'll dump this one off to Connor. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the 1st half. Murray to air it out again. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. To throw is Murray. Eluding the pressure right.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shove. Touchdown! That's caught. Jarvis Landry, as the first half is winding down, and the Cardinals have taken the lead. Extra point good by Prater, and that makes the score 14-7. A 10-play drive that time, and it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive as they go to work with 12 seconds on the clock. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way down inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down. Now Lawrence. And able to find Kirk complete. And all the way down to the 26. A big third down play there for the Jags.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one, because normally on third and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Another toe for Etienne. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Now Lawrence. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So here are the Cardinals to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. They begin on the ground here with Connor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, Murray. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try and run forward with Connor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
41 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Murray going to take off with it. And some room to maneuver. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Murray giving to Connor on the option. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Murray now running right on the option. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Prater for the extra point. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Clay Brooks to return it. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What do we go?
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. He's back to throw. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. 1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. And this will be caught. Touchdown. So in the final minute here now, a 2-point conversion will tie the game.
The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have 2 to possibly take this to overtime.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll try and throw for it. And the Jags are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Huge conversion there to tie this thing up, but they're not done yet. Their defense needs to get a stop.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time for the other team to come downfield and put some points on the board, but job 1 was taken care of. The 2-point conversion to get this thing tied.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Murray. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. James Conner, the running back, his intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Now Murray. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You need to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Andy Lee now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout. And they hook up again for another big play.
On 1st down, Lawrence. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Jeff Gladney. And he will be taken down, and that means we are headed to overtime. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Cardinal offense takes back over. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. He'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Overtime with less than 2 minutes to play, and we are still all tied. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Murray now to throw. And the catch made by Hopkins. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say,
It's not the X's and the O's. It's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Murray. Zach Ertz has it complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 21.
Brandon, that's a huge completion there. That puts them in field goal range, but let's face it, they don't want 3 here. They want 6. With these overtime rules, a touchdown finishes it off.
Yeah, looking to win it right away. Good to know, though, that they have 3 in their back pocket if they need it. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Again, they'll throw with Murray. Ertz over the middle. And the Cardinals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.